Did you know, for instance, that nearly every fifth African is Nigerian? Or that Lagos is the biggest capital in Africa? Well, to learn more on this, keep on watching this video. Hey guys, welcome back to World Explained, the channel where we take you on a journey around the world and talk about their fascinating stories. In today's video, we will talk about the beautiful country of Nigeria. But before we begin, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you never miss any of our uploads. With a population of 219,463,862, Nigeria is by far the most populated country in Africa. It's also the sixth most populated country in the world, with a larger population than Russia, Brazil, and Mexico. The population surged from 95 million in 1990 to 201 million in 2019. This is set to double again to over 400 million by 2050, when it will overtake the US as the world's third most populated country. In the town of Ora, there are around 50 sets of twins born per 1,000 births. That makes it one of the highest rates of twin births in the world. Locals put this down to a diet high in yams and work leaves. Some fertility experts agree with this, citing that certain yams contain a natural hormone that causes multiple ovulation. In Yoruba culture, twins are so common that they receive specific names, Taiwo or K, depending on whether they were born first or second. For much of the 20th and 21st centuries, intermittent colonial and militant rule dominated Nigeria's history. British forces occupied Lagos, Nigeria's capital, from 1851. The British formally annexed it in 1865, and the whole of Nigeria became a British protectorate in 1901. British rule lasted until 1960. The country became a republic in 1963, but remained part of the British Commonwealth, along with 52 other sovereign states. Moreover, known as Nollywood, Nigeria boasts the second largest movie producer. It produces around 50 movies per week, which is more than Hollywood and second only to Bollywood. While its revenue might not be able to compete with the likes of Bollywood and Hollywood, it still generates an impressive $519 million every year. That makes it Nigeria's second largest employer, with over 1 million people employed across the country. Nollywood movies have a huge following in Africa and with Africans around the world. As the world shifted to new digital technology, Nigeria continued to use cheap VHS tapes and players, which made it much more accessible and affordable for consumers. The World Bank is also currently supporting the Nigerian government in efforts to support and grow the entertainment industry too. Moreover, rainforests aren't the first thing that spring to mind when you think of Nigeria. That's because the country has lost as much as 95% of it. The Effie Mountain Wildlife Sanctuary, a 38 square mile patch of rainforest, is one of its last. It's also one of the last refuges for one of the world's rare primates, the drill monkey. There are likely as few as 3,000 drills left in the wild. Nigeria's remaining rainforest is one of the most vulnerable on the planet. The WWF cites that most of the ecoregion has lost its original forest cover native flora and fauna. Almost no natural vegetation remains in most areas. Also, Nigeria is a large producer of crude oil with an average of 2.5 million barrels a day. They have a massive reserve of petroleum, and it plays a vital role in the Nigerian economy. Nigeria has one of the oldest histories in Africa, with archaeologists estimating that evidence shows people were living in the area as early as 9,000 BC. The next major find was that people in the area had begun using iron tools. These were used by the Nok people. Many of their terracotta sculptures survive today and can be viewed at museums in Nigeria. By 1000 AD, the Kano and Katsina kingdoms began to populate the area, although it is the Yoruba people who have held steadfast through history, still living in Nigeria today. They came to prominence around 1100 AD in the south and west of Nigeria. Through the centuries, Nigeria had developed a smart and wealthy economy, trading with overland merchants on the Trans-Sahara routes. The northern city of Kano became especially important at this time. Then, in the 16th century, trade opened up further to Europe as Spanish explorers sailed around the west of Africa to meet the south of Nigeria. They founded the port towns of Lagos and Calabar, which accounts for their particularly Iberian-sounding names. The British and French soon followed suit in trading with Nigeria, and initially, the Europeans were interested in just trading goods. Soon enough, with the colonies of the Caribbean opening up to the west, They then became interested in acquiring slaves. The slaves were not forced off the land by Europeans, but captured by tribal kings, and then sold for arms or other technological products that were non-existent in Africa at the time. It was usually captured men in territorial wars who were then offered as slaves. Africa was left largely untouched by European colonizers until the 19th century, when competing forces and prestige led to a race to carve up Africa into overseas territories. The British abolished slavery in 1807, and then for a while actually served to protect freed slaves in West Africa until other countries followed suit and ended the slave trade. By this time, millions of people had passed across the Atlantic Ocean as slaves into the Caribbean islands and the USA. Britain had much vested interest in the area of West Africa over the 19th century. Then by 1901, they officially claimed by declaring Nigeria an official protectorate of the empire. The independent kingdoms of the area opposed this, but fighting against people with advanced weaponry was ineffective. Nigeria remained part of the British Empire for the next 60 years, until after World War II calls for independence were too great and Nigeria became a sovereign nation. Without the overarching empire, Nigeria opened up to much political dispute and turmoil. By the 1970s, Nigeria had fallen to a military rule enforced by a coup d'etat, and the country joined OPEC as a leading global oil-producing nation. Due to the tempting power the oil provides a country on the political scene, the military leaders were not ready to give up their seats too easily. The country experienced many civil wars throughout the latter half of the 20th century, only returning to democracy 30 years later in 1999. Although these elections were approved by the United Nations as being fair and democratic, the country is still notoriously rife with corruption. Even with the billion-dollar industry of oil production, Nigeria is still considered a developing country with many societal problems and inadequate healthcare and education to meet the needs of the population, and also a lack of human rights. As a result of the oil production processes, the country also experiences many environmental problems. With such a huge population and rich history, Nigeria is a prominent nation of Africa. In modern culture, Nigerians are revered throughout Africa and the world. Femi Kuti has produced 15 albums since 1989 that have had global success. The pulsating and mesmerizing beats with somber melodies sung and played over the top was a style of music pioneered by his father, Fela Kuti. This music is known as Afrobeat and influences many modern dance music styles. As a result of his musical success and social commentary, Femi Kuti has been dubbed the Bob Marley of Africa. Nigeria doesn't only have many people living within its borders, but it's also multicultural. In fact, it's also one of the most diverse countries in the world in terms of indigenous languages spoken regularly. In total, experts estimate that more than 500 different languages are spoken. Some of the major languages are Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba, even though English serves as the official language. Nigeria has also had a growing success on the international stage with the sport. Soccer is the national sport of Nigeria, and their national team is one of the best in Africa. Many of its players work abroad, earning millions in the lucrative European leagues. The national team won the Regional African Cup in 1980 and 1994 and progressed relatively far in the last FIFA World Cup in 2010. Well guys, that's all we have for you today. Did you know about the history of Nigeria? Get involved and let us know in the comments section down below what you think about today's video. If you like this video and found it informative, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you don't want to miss out on any new future videos like these, then be sure to click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification under this video so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you have a great day today, and we'll see you in the next video.